Welcome back, black to In Black America Radio with your host, Rasta B. It is August 24th, Friday, and yeah, we back up in this thing, you know what I mean? Today's show topic, the title, I should say, is called Toxic Masculinity and the Reshaping of Black Manhood. I don't have room to put black. But a reshaping of manhood, but by who? So we pretty much going to talk about, me and my co-host Smoke, we're going to talk about that whole toxic masculinity bullshit that's being pumped and pumped and pushed and pushed, what I think about it. And we're going to talk about my case against Capital One and how I beat it. And I'm going to give y'all the gameplay so if you're ever in a position like and you facing them debtors, then I'm going to show y'all how y'all get about that shit. No money, free charge, whether you're right or wrong. You dig? That's that Brooklyn way. But before anything, let me go ahead and bring in my co-host, because the guest call-in number is 646-716-4654. Again, that's 646-716-4654. Smoke, are you there?
Yo.
All right. What's good, y'all?
Shit, Big Friday, you already know. Long ass week of work, man, but it's over.
Yeah, it is over.
Yeah.
I had days off and it still felt long.
You know how that go. Anytime you gotta go in, it's tiresome. Yeah, you know.
Shit, I had 2 days off this week. I had 2 days off. I had Monday off and I had Thursday off for court. So I only went into work Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. It still felt long. I was like, God damn, this shit gonna be over with. So I feel you, shit. So you know what I mean? So what's new on your side, man?
Same old shit, man. Just not really, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to work on this this little business idea with me and Fat Boy, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to get that going. I mean, actually, we got the EIN number.
That's some good shit.
Yeah, we got the EIN number. We gotta basically get the we gotta register the state to state. So once we
That's
do
some
that,
good
then we
shit.
get a bank account. And then we can get the bank account and, you know what I'm saying, start working from there. So
You talking about a personal bank account or your business bank account?
a business bank account associated with the business. So trying to get some money.
That's some good shit. That's some good shit.
Yeah.
Nah, that's
you know,
what's up.
Other than that, same old, you know what I mean? Trying to get it.
I'm going to tell you why that's what's up. The reason why that's what's up, because the number one thing that you hear black people say is what when it comes to business? The banks won't loan me no bread, right?
Right.
But you got an EIN number, and now you're working to the next step to get a business bank account, which then allows you to apply for credit cards to build your business credit up, which allows you, once you build your business credit up, to take loans out. So why are we going to the banks and trying to get a loan instead of taking a route in which you're speaking on? You see what I'm saying? That's why In Black America Radio is so goddamn important, because it's not like we're sitting around talking about shit. Everything we speaking on, not only is it true, not only would you see that shit play out in the future, we doing it behind the scenes. That's how we know this shit works. We're not sitting around selling motherfuckers candles and Astro cards and all kind of shit like that. But I don't use that shit for myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you go out here and do some shit, but I ain't going to do that shit. I'm going to say, yo, y'all should put your money up. Here's some stocks to put your money up in. But I don't got yo, Rusty B, you got money in them stocks? Hell no, brother. Now I got my money in them shits. If you fell, I fell. If I gain, you gain. You know what I'm saying? That's how the game works. Because at the end of the day, and the reason why I'm gonna say this, Smoke, because I was listening to one of the latest shows I posted up on the YouTube,
right.
in Black America Radio on YouTube. You can see the shows that's uploaded, and it was the old show about Kanye's first run. I didn't even get to the 400 years of slavery being a choice show yet. I'm still there. I got to post some more shows up. But I'm on the YouTube feed, the YouTube people. So I'm listening to this shit, and it's like a comment I made was, this isn't like the people speaking and things. These niggas ain't leaders. They just got an opinion about the situation that we in. So if you got an opinion or a different outlook or another game plan, then all of a sudden people want to label you a leader. And I think that's the biggest mistake that we make. Why the fuck you can't just have a good idea? You know what I'm saying? Why the fuck you just can't? Something simple. I got a good idea. How about we get an EIN number? You could get that through your state, create a business, then you get you a business bank account, and then you apply for credit cards to build the credit up for your business, and then you get you a loan. Try that. That's what we doing. So watch the beat.
It's all a process.
That shit worked. I tried what y'all said. That shit worked. Y'all was able to do that shit. Good. I'm not your leader. Smoke not your leader. We had a good ass fucking idea, and we shared it. Cause we come from the era of each one teach one. Stop with that leadership shit, man. Brothers, black men, we should be able to talk and build amongst each other. Black women should be able to build amongst each other. Black men and black women should be able to build amongst each other. But let's leave that leadership and that godlike status shit alone. You see what I'm saying? We humans. We got good ideas, we got bad ideas. I might give you an idea and that shit don't work. You know what? You know who learned from that? Me and you. Shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We both learned. That idea ain't work. Let me go back to the drawing board and figure something out. Or maybe it's a good idea but it was executed poorly. You know? Get off that extra shit. Basically what I'm saying.
That's right.
Yeah, man. I'm over here sipping on some ganja tea and shit. This shit really got me a little mellowed out.
It don't seem like it turned out.
Yeah, right. I was just thinking about it when I was talking, and I was like, you know, I had to put a lot of energy into getting that energy up. I had to put a lot of energy to get that energy up. And I'm smoking this. Yeah, and I'm sipping on a little ganja tea, man. That shit really got me mellow. Kind of mellow all day, yo.
Yeah, but like you saying, man, a lot of this shit is a process. And once you start understanding the steps, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, before we even try like doing this venture, which we gonna be selling shit. So, but it's like you would think like getting a business, you need a bunch of money just to have, you know, get someone to write these paperwork up, and you know, a lot of this shit is online. Like you just go to your state website, you know what I'm saying, and you can find. Well, first you go to IRS Gov. And you could apply for the EIN there. Then you register with your state for taxes and all of that. So you can go to your state website, pretty much just find out like the business registration or something to that effect. I know out here it costs $100, $110 to register. So you're looking at the EIN is free. So you're looking at $100. Depending on your state, might be more or less. Just a few steps, and then you get a bank account, and from there you got somewhere to store your money, make transactions.
Oh, wait, one more step. When you get your EIN number, and when you go to your state to register your business, also take the time out to get your virtual address. That way, your business that you just created isn't tied to your personal address. You want everything personal to be separate from everything business. Go ahead, Smoke.
Yeah, that's a good stuff. We don't got that, but
yeah, I'm pretty sure you could change your address. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so you got time where you could do it.
When I did it, I was at work, and it takes no time. Like 15 minutes. If you know the name that you want to establish it under, it auto generates the EIN, so you don't have to put any. You type in your information. It'll email you the letter with your EIN number, business name, address, and all that stuff. And I know for our site, you can register. You can register it so you can go online at any time, so you can make changes and shit on there. So yeah, that's something we can always do or whatever. But I remember you mentioning that previously. So yeah, that's definitely something.
Yeah, virtual address. So that's how that is. You know what I'm saying? Now, me, I just created the business, my business name, which is called Black Wadada. But now that I think about it, I didn't get my EIN number because I didn't go to the IRS. I'm listening to you talk right now, and I was like, I didn't go to the IRS. I went straight to the government
so you
website.
Did step 2. You did step 2, so now you gotta go to go to the IRS shit and get the Black Wadada. You know what I'm saying? All of that. So let them give you the
right.
But shit, you can do
all right,
right
so I'm gonna do that next.
right on your computer and shit. You can do that this weekend.
yeah. I'm gonna do that this weekend. Yeah. Once you explained that shit, I was thinking about it. I was like, I think I missed step 1. I think I missed step 2 of this. And that's what I mean by that, though, because
that's what
I mean by that. For the ones and the tools listening, you know what I'm saying, and they thinking like, yo, I want to take these steps, you know what I'm saying, and it's like, no, really and truly, yo, we doing this in real life behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? You may not hear more ground with the business again until maybe the summer. You might hear like, yo, so I finally did this, because we're really doing this in real time. That way, when you hear 3, 4 years, 5 years later, we putting product up to sell, you know what I'm saying? And somebody might be like, damn, look, some more brothers. Somebody else could be like, nah, I listened to them from the beginning talk about this. This shit took them a minute. You know what I'm saying? Or it was quick. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But everything we speak on, whether it's the stock investments and the money I have inside my stock investments, whether it's the business aspect, because you have to spread everything out. It's like Dame Dash said, you got to put your money out there in the streets. And if you make your smart decisions, it should have come back. You see what I'm saying? So you got part money inside your investments. You got part money inside your business that you have that deals with the taxes when you file them and shit like that. You're going to see shit flourish. It's going to take time. But if y'all listening from day one, and it's all recorded on the YouTube, you'll see the progress, you'll see the growth. And then when we start getting to the conversations of buying business, see, that's what I like about the Trump administration, Smoke. That's why I love this administration, man. Because let's say we had the bread up, right? Let's say we like Jay-Z status, right? All the tariffs is putting strain on a lot of businesses, right? A state that I always see on the news closing business because of the tariffs is South Carolina. Every time I turn around, it's another business in South Carolina, some part of South Carolina, factory, that's got to shut its doors because they get parts from China. Another place I see in the Midwest, another factory closed because of this.
Yeah,
and the only thing I keep thinking to myself is,
that's where a lot of the fact all of these production companies that deal with like steel want to say it's aluminum tariffs out there.
Yeah.
There's a couple of other ones, but and China tariffs. So it's like any companies that deal with goods that's specifically under those tariffs, they being affected by it. Because I think the rate is like a 25% tariff. I know on China goods it's like 25%. The aluminum and shit might be a little different.
So this is my thing. My whole thing is look at the business aspect of it. If like right now we're not in a position, right? We're not in a position. So let's imagine if we was. What is the opportunities that how you can benefit during this Trump administration, during the tariffs? These factories closing, I could buy those businesses. Guess what? What is the pieces that y'all need? Well, we need this, and China makes that, and China makes this, and China makes that. You know what, black person? That means you need to open up shit in Haiti. Have them niggas making shit in Haiti. You get what I'm going with, Smoke? Take your shit and have factories in fucking Jamaica. And have them niggas making this shit in Jamaica and assembling it in Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? Where white America going to continue doing business in China, but in black America, we get our cheap labor from the West Indies. We get our cheap labor from black Latin America. We get our cheap labor from, you know what I'm saying, ... That way, when you have the Haitians making this you know what I'm saying, the technology and the stuff that we need to make for the consumers here in America, that's feeding your people in Haiti. That's allowing their GDP to grow. That's allowing their people to work, their people to eat, and most importantly, they get to learn these products, just like the Chinese learned the products. You dig what I'm saying? We're not in competition with each other. We're not trying to dominate one another. No, we're trying to rise ourselves up as a black nation. So now, when you see this happen, you said what?
The key is producing. If you're not making this shit,
that is the key. It's always going to be the key. It's always. You can't buy your way out of slavery. It's crazy as that.
We could be doing your plan. We could be doing your plan that you just stated here and abroad. Because, like you said, the places are closing here. There's plenty empty plants and land that, you know what I'm saying, we could buy to have production and shit. So if it's tariffs on
I'm not
plastics
saying,
or whatever.
I'm not saying the. Wait, you talking about the production in China?
No. What I'm saying is like we could.
Because I'm talking about the parts.
Yeah, what I'm saying is we could be purchasing plants to produce them parts here too. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of buildings and shit like that.
You can't produce the parts because the shit is going to be cheap. You need your cheap labor. You know what I'm saying? You need your cheap labor. So my whole thing is look on the map, on the black map, and look at the most impoverished nation in your hemisphere. You know what I'm saying? And if you know Haiti is impoverished, Jamaica killing each other, why? Because they don't got enough jobs and shit, then guess what? Open your factory there. Where all they're doing is making that part. You understand what I'm saying? And then they shipping the part over, and then the guys in America, they're assembling the television. They're assembling, you know what I'm saying, the whatever, and the part is what's coming from the black nation. We don't got to rely on China. So when white America relying on China, you see what I'm saying, and they're going through their rifts and tariffs and all kind of shit like that, that doesn't affect black America. So then when the televisions on the white side is increasing, we have control over those prices on the black side. And that's the power of an economy.
No, you're definitely right about that. Like I'm not disagreeing at all.
Right.
But like what I was saying is like just in terms of like the purpose of the tariffs and shit is to really produce homebred shit. So what they wanting to happen is the companies saying, well, all right, we importing steel or we importing these Chinese goods. We could produce them here. Let's build a factory and start producing here. Whereas, and the benefit of it will be the American people or whatever. They'll get the jobs. It'll be produced here. These companies can spend with the American companies. They're like a buy American type shit. So we could fit into that too. In buying, so it's like a dual side plan, pretty much, is what I'm saying. It's like,
what are you talking about? The whole Buy America aspect?
Yeah, just like fitting in with shit like that, and just establishing
right.
Black America too.
Black America and it's Black Americans. You slap that fucking red, white, and blue on your goddamn box.
Yeah, exactly.
And you say "Made in America," all that bullshit. And sell that shit to everybody and let them, you know what I'm saying? That's right, this is American made. All of that shit. Bring that money to the black side.
The back and forth about what we talking about right now just show you that it's opportunity. So it's like, no, not that. And you talking about this part, you're like, oh yeah, it's so many opportunities out here for us, but we got to invest into it. You know what I'm saying?
See, we want to be workers. We too comfortable being workers. We're too comfortable wanting to be a part of America on the bottom end. You see what I'm saying? We don't want to build ourselves. We don't want to build our side. We don't want to build up as a people. We want to stay on the titty of white America. You see what I'm saying? And as long as you stay on the titty of and that's something else Donald Trump's showing. He's doing that shit with Turkey. As long as you're on the titty of America, whatever the fuck America wants you to do, you're going to have to do. So when you're bitching and complaining about it, but don't want to step aside from it, then you look phony. You look phony.
Yeah, they're about to put 50% taxes on tariff tax on Turkey steel, I think it is.
Yeah. And they're trying to request their spy back from Turkey. Talking about he wasn't a spy, he was a priest. He wasn't a damn priest. He was a spy. You know how many spies America had? Julia Child, the chef, she was a spy.
Right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Julia Child was a spy for America. A baseball player was a spy. I can't think of his name. I'm thinking Joe DiMaggio, but I know it's a baseball player. He was a spy. You know what I'm saying? Didn't they say the same shit about Jay-Z and Beyonce when they went to Cuba? I don't know if it's true or not, but wasn't that the talk? You know what I'm saying? When they was like, oh, they out there working for the United States government trying to find Asada, kind of shit like that. Don't put it past your government. So when they sitting over there now and they like, oh, they were the spy, he's a priest, and Turkey they know why he was there. They caught him. They probably caught him red-handed and all. But America not gonna say that. So don't get caught up in the politics because that's the story. How you got to get caught up in is saying to yourself, how in the midst of this chaos, how can I allow this to benefit my people? You know what I'm saying? If we moved to the unit, you don't even got to say my people. You could just say us. You know what I'm saying? But just so I could continue with understanding that we're talking about us, black people, you got to keep saying that. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you start saying us and we. Motherfuckers are thinking about brown people and fucking everything else, and it's like, nah, we're talking about black people. But hold on, we got a call 314-381. What's the name? Where you calling from? I think I know who this is.
It's Pianki.
What's going on, brother?
You know what, man? You know what? I'm gonna tell you now. I am, by no stretch of the imagination, a homosexual person. But if I was there in the room with you, I'd reach over and give you a big kiss for what you just said. Because you were dead on. And that makes me feel good. Honestly, it makes me feel good. Because you said you're supposed to take advantage of these things that's going down. If they're imposing tariffs on China or any other country where they can't get their goods into the country at a reasonable price, then we need to then us, like you said, not we, us, need to take advantage of this and start producing them someplace in the areas that you mentioned, because you can't produce them in the United States. Wages too high.
Right.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do. Now listen, you got South Africa government. It's taking land back from whites, which I approve of. I disagree with Trump. Y'all know I supported and voted for Trump, but I disagree with him on his make mention of what he made about the whites having their land. That's really not a United States problem. But it could be a benefit for black Americans. Get your farm equipment, go over there in South Africa and get on one of them formerly white folks' farm and start producing. Because if you take it from them and you don't keep it in production, the people themselves going to get fed up with this shit and say, hell, you might as well bring the whites back.
Exactly.
That's a fact.
That's what they done in Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe was having parades and jubilee when the white farmers came back.
I was just about to say that's what they said. They did the same thing happened in Zimbabwe. The same thing happened in Zimbabwe. I've seen the documentaries when they kicked them off, and when they kicked them off, by the time they got rid of the white people off their land in Zimbabwe, the knowledge of farming already was bred out to people. They didn't know what to do with their land. And then they starved. Zimbabwe used to be the basket of Africa. That's what they used to call it. And they starved. Right. And then, so when the white people come back now, yes, they're celebrating and praising them. And you can have the land. And no, you don't got to pay us nothing. Just you can be here for free and just give us food. And that's sad. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, when you understand the history, there's nothing new. We know the game. I don't know what we still complaining and all that stuff for, because we know what it is. I just say, look. When I'm listening to Trump and I'm seeing this stuff going on, you also got to listen to the fallen. This is a good thing about white people. When they're arguing, just like in real life, when it's man and woman arguing, they start revealing secrets. That's what white people do when they argue. And the Democratic side is like, look what Donald Trump's terrorists is doing. Look at all these businesses closing. And I'm like, wow. If these businesses are closing, not even during a recession. So these businesses closing while the economy is growing, and we don't even have the ability just to scoop them up and say, now that's how we rebuild black America.
You know something else that came to my mind not too long ago? You know about these people, these women, children coming out of Central America up to the U.S. border, paying $6,000 to what they call coyote, getting raped and everything else. Yeah. Well, why don't we buy one of them ships, man, them hotel ships, and go down there and charge them $3,000 to bring them up to San Diego and let them out? Huh? Let them out right there at the port, at the customs port at San Diego. And if they can't be seen right away, charge them a nightly rate to still sleep on the ship. $3,000 is better than $6,000. And provide them with food and cornflakes and all that stuff.
See, but we're not in that position of thinking about how to benefit. All we want to do is just get along with the white man. We don't want to conquer. We don't want to take over. We just want everything to be cool. That's it. And it's like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
And it ain't just the white man. Some of these crazy-ass Negroes, too, man. I'm telling you. Those are people. White folks, I'm going to tell you something. White folks, people think white folks sit around first thing in the morning at breakfast thinking about what they can do. White folks ain't a bit more got their mind on you than man's move. But I tell you, now you got the progressives that's working to create this chaos, and they benefit from it. I mean, whether they're steering inner city people into these middle class and upper middle class black communities are nearby, causing their property rates to drop, start fleeing. Guess who's coming in buying up the property? So it's a multitude and complicity of things that's going on. You have to be astute to know what it is. But what you just said about taking advantage of these policies that Trump have, especially on these tariffs, and he talking about American businesses going out of business. Well, he ain't mentioned about the ones new businesses that's starting up. They even starting to make furniture again in the United States. But if you got an American business that can't buy products from China because of the tariffs, then start making them over in Africa. Make them down in Jamaica, like you said.
Nope.
But anyway, I really appreciate that, man. You made my night. I can go to bed now. All right.
Take care, brother. Great time. And that's Brother P.I. Because I didn't even you know what I'm saying? I like that little music in the background jump, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to fucking Green. But, so, that's what it really is, though. You know what I'm saying? It's like...
You muffled out, though. Oh, there you go.
All right. So that's what it really is. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's like, we got to have... It's a strategy and it's a game. And the thing about it with black people is we know what it is because we do that shit to each other in the streets. You know what I'm saying? We plot and we plan. We try to come up with each other, all kind of shit in the streets. And we see, you know what I'm saying? We'll undercut each other. We'll all that shit, man. We'll set shit up and watch it play out.
Because I was just thinking about that shit while, you know what I'm saying, Pianki was talking, like, yeah, you could really just, like, it's a bunch of industries that you could really just take over with, like, farmland. Let's say, you know, pick a country. You have a bunch of farmland and you could produce a tangible product off of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, you got cotton. You could make T-shirts. You know what I'm saying? So you got the cotton, the T-shirt, and then what you see just in Black America alone, a bunch of people making like clothing lines and shit. So you know at the very base of it, the shirt itself normally gonna say like made in China or something like to that effect. You know what I mean? It's like we not profiting off of it wherever it came from, regardless. So you know what I'm saying? That could be just one you could just tap into right there.
You could see the whole thing is what we gotta realize is made in America. that's just an American advertisement, right? So as long as you're black, you apply for made in America. Black, you know what I'm saying? You're a Black American. Yeah. So you're selling not only to black people, you're definitely gonna be selling to white people, and that's how you transfer wealth, right? Yeah. But then when it comes to the whole thing of getting the farms in Africa and stuff like that, like the brother said, in South Africa, the good thing about that is you got your farm, you got land, you're getting more land, you're getting richer fucking land, right? And more of a demand than America off the jump, right? You've been on that land in America that you have for X amount of years or whatever like that, right? That you know, decades or whatever that you know. So you know the information. Bring your ass to South Africa now, right? Boom. The good thing about you is you have the whole American market, farm market in your head because you've been dealing with that system in America. You understand what I'm saying, Smoke? So now you can now do business. Yeah, you can make it international business because you you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't even explain it, but it's like,
nah, it's just
you're
like
in the outside market with information into the number one economy in the world.
It's just like a Chinese person coming to America.
Like a
they know the Chinese, like a Chinese person coming here, or not, maybe not China, but like just a foreigner coming here.
No, that's a good example.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that's a good example. That's a good example of China because you got your own country and you understand and learned the system and how y'all going to deal with America there. So when you come to America, your mind frame is different. You looking to conquer in the number one economy. You're number two. I believe China's number two. Yeah, number two economy. So that is the same, because it's all about your mind frame. Because the natives, the Chinese going up against the natives is comfortable. They don't have nobody to compete against. They don't have no purpose to try to, you know what I'm saying, accept each other. Where he's coming with a different mind frame of how he want to conquer it, and then he's gathering that information, bringing it back to his country. You see what I'm saying? With the same thing with the black farmer, he goes to South Africa now. He have the whole knowledge and game plan of the number one economy with the farmers market. So he knows, like, the system, basically, where the Africans in South Africa don't know. So while they're still bidding locally and all kind of shit like that, he's off the jump doing international shit. You dig what I'm saying? Because he already know how to get into the American market.
Right. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying with that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but the glorious thing about that is when you have that black economy, we're not worrying about what America do, because we're doing it the way we doing it. We're going the South African way. You know what I'm saying? We're going the Jamaica way, the Haiti way, Belize. You know what I'm saying? We're going to these black poor nations, economically poor nations, and we're coming with businesses. You see what I'm saying? Where we're doing trade and commerce and shit, and that's how we strengthen our economy, the same way how the Anglo-Saxons do their business with Europe. You see what I'm saying? And other foreign nations. They don't really fuck with the black nation unless they're trying to exploit them. But that's nothing wrong with that. I'm glad that's what white people do. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that's what white people do. That lets you know that that's supposed to be black Americans in a black economy dealing with all these open black markets. I'm glad white people don't hire black people with black names. And white people don't hire black people for whatever other reason. I'm glad, because that lets you know that that's a workforce out there. That when you start your business, there's a workforce willing to work for you. And there's black nations willing to trade with you. So the economy will work. It's just you got to do it. Y'all too busy looking at the white man economy and being scared of it, intimidated by it, confused by it, or wanting to participate and play within their system. Then complain about it and shit like that. When if you just look behind you, there's a whole system right there you refuse to cut the light on. When you cut the light on, you'll see, oh, you mean to tell me the way the white man got all these businesses in Latin America for cheap? That's what we're supposed to be doing in these black nations? Yeah. And you telling me the way the white man gets his, he trades back and forth with China and Russia and all kind of shit like that, non-black nations, that's what we should be doing with the black nations? Yeah. And you mean the way the white man goes into Congress in America and they politic and write laws and legislations to protect their interests in these nations? That's what we should be fighting for and stuff like that in the black nation? Yes. But we gave up that to ride on the white man ship. And now our children done forgot. And now they're fighting with these white people to destroy us. And with that being said, Smoke, we're going to get into this toxic masculinity bullshit. Well, guest calling number 646-716-4654, toxic masculinity and the reshaping of manhood by who? So, Smoke, have you heard of this bullshit called toxic masculinity?
Yeah, that's been floating around, in the recent time frame. And it always, definitely in our community, it gets associated with us, with black men. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, to me it's like an oxymoron. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Masculinity can't be toxic. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, it's like somebody who exhibiting some crazy behavior. You know, that's not masculine. That's not really, you know,
exactly.
a man. You know what I'm saying? That ain't the traits of a man. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, I just see it like as like in our community is more like one of the weapons right now that they try to use, or that's being used. And I don't even want to say use, that we adopting, because you hear it coming up in our community. But it's just like one of those things that destroy the black family. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, more. It's like when that's associated with you, it's like, you know, nobody wants to be around you. But it's like, it's weird, you know what I'm saying? And it's like that, the article that you sent earlier, speaking on that murder, what was it? I gotta pull it up, man. I forgot the.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Before you go too far, let me read some of these terms. Toxic masculinity. The concept of toxic masculinity is used in psychology and gender studies to refer to certain norms of masculine behavior in North America and Europe that are associated with harm to society and to men themselves. Traditional stereotypes of men as socially dominant, along with related traits such as misogyny and homophobia, can be considered toxic due to their promotion of violence, including sexual assault and domestic violence. Scholars argue that the socialization of boys often normalize violence, such as in the saying, boys will be boys, with regards to bullying and aggression. There's another part that says, toxic masculinity is this is from Geek Feminism Wiki. So that's feminism. The other one was homophobia, right? All right. Toxic masculinity is one of the ways in which patriarchy is harmful to men. It refers to socially constructed attitudes that describe the masculine gender role as violent, unemotional, sexually aggressive, and so forth. A well-known masculinity men's rights movement that is not mostly anti-feminist has yet to appear. For a silencing tactic used to discredit patriarchy, harm to people who are not men, see patriarchy hurt men too. Examples. So here's some examples. The perversive idea of male-female interaction as competition, not cooperation. Who are these weirdos? Who are these weirdos?
Competition.
It says I'm going to read it again. The pervasive idea of male-female interaction as competition, not cooperation. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Like, that's why I laugh, because I'm like, who the hell gets this? This is some technical shit, right? Like, you really wasn't getting no dates or something, and you sitting around in your fucking room with a book writing down all this bullshit. The perversive idea that men cannot truly understand women and vice versa, and following. That no true companionship can be had between different sexes. But let me read that again. The pervasive idea that men cannot truly understand women and vice versa, and following. That no true companionship can be had between different sexes. That no true companionship can be had. This a
I guess
woman
they
talk.
trying to say,
what
like,
does it even mean?
yeah. I guess they trying to say, or how I'm taking that is like, you know how like basically like bros over hoes type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna have your true friendships with your boys. You know what I'm saying? It's not really a chick. You know, you got like a totally different. That's how I'm taking it. Like it's a total different.
See, but you know what? But here's the thing about it. So far, the first two shits that we just read, that's some white boy shit. These are white boy shit so far I'm reading. Like these are the weirdo white boy shit where it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like I can't even understand this shit. Like who really even sits there and say the pervasive idea? I don't even understand the pervasive part, but idea that men cannot truly understand women. But I don't understand that because I'm trying to understand what you mean truly understand women. Like, why can't I just understand where you're coming from? Why I got to truly understand? Like, what the fuck does that mean? You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, and women can't, and then they say vice versa, so it's like, and women can never truly understand men. No, you can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't. If you walk this fucking step in a man's shoes, you'll burn up. You know what I'm saying? Same thing for a man walking in a woman's shoes. You burn up. And to me, that's where the quote-unquote companionship come in when it comes to the man and the woman, because it's like, yo, when you know what I'm saying? Because y'all both is sharing off of two different energies. You know what I'm saying? If I'm fire, you're supposed to be the water to cool me off. You know what I'm saying? If you're being intimidated or bullied or some shit like that, you're supposed to have that reliance that, yo, I have a man there who can stand, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that. Yo, this is some weirdo shit. So here comes the third one. The expectation that real men are strong and that showing emotion is incompatible with being strong. Anger is either framed as the exception to the rule or as not an emotion. Now I understand this one. This right here, Smoke, and I'm going to read it again. The exception that real men are strong and that showing emotion is incompatible with being strong. That's a way of trying to say that feminine men can be considered men. You dig what I'm saying? That's what that was.
This whole shit
that's what that
is
was.
feminizing men, you know what I'm saying? Now, it's like
chipping away.
What they doing is associating toxic masculinity with like these crazy situations like violence. What I noticed is that they've been using violence the most. So they'll use toxic masculinity. They're gonna associate that with violence anytime it's going on. But when you're reading these quotes and shit, it's really about breaking down the standard of men or how how they should be and conduct themselves. So you got to that's really what as you go through go through these descriptions is like that's really what it is. But what I notice is they use aggressiveness, assertive against women, violence. When you had the story with the Molly Tibbetts, her being murdered, they use that like, oh, he killed her because she rejected him. You know what I'm saying? So he used violence against her. They'll promote it with those type of situations. But then when you're looking at the definitions of it, it's really more so scaling back, how men should be. And, the first thing I think of is, the feminization of the black man.
The black man, yeah. Because, we're going to be the number ones that are going to be affected by it as black people because majority of these black homes is ran by a woman. So when you have women out here promoting this bullshit, a lot of other women are going to be like, yeah, you know what, this is true. Yeah, this is some toxic masculinity shit going on. And it's like, why you just can't be in a bad relationship? You know what I'm saying? Why it gotta be some toxic masculinity shit? Why you and this nigga, y'all in a bad relationship, you know what I'm saying? And that's him. He's a fucked up dude. Why do you now have to try to make this as if, because what's going on is, again, if you read between these lines, that's white women talking about white men and how they act, and that's white women adding homosexuality into being a man. Because that's why they keep on they saying the expectation that real men are strong.
Yeah.
So you telling me that a weak man?
So basically, when a man exhibits the traits of like strength, courage, and shit like that, then you can always attribute toxic masculinity to him. So it's like, you come up and you show your strength in a situation, and this female doesn't like that situation. She can always attribute that, your actions to toxic masculinity. So you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. It's just like, yo, damn, he one of them type dudes. You know what I mean? It starts putting that painting that picture. It's just basically stereotyping. It's just stereotyping real men.
The funny thing is, you absolutely right, because once you said that, if you read it, that's how it plays out. They go the perversive idea that men cannot truly understand a woman. So if you do say to yourself, like, listen, you're a woman, you can't understand what men go through, then that's that toxic masculinity that I've been hearing.
You know what I understand.
It's like, what? Or if you sitting over here now and you're displaying pride and strength, you know what I'm saying, bravado and shit like that, and it makes that woman feel intimidated, she will turn around now and be like, look at him displaying toxic energy, masculinity, and it's like so basically what you're saying is we're supposed to weaken ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to weaken ourselves, and if that's what's going on, that's why you see so many goddamn stories of these boys with the white bitch from South Africa who dressed her adopted black son up as a girl, and a lot of these Facebook posts where you see black women out here with their son homoed out. You know what I'm saying? Then when you sit over there, you be like, yo, man, he a man, yo. Like let's say you're a stepfather, and the son come out prancing around and shit, and you like, yo.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, just because he acts like that doesn't mean he's not a. And it's like, no, that is the opposite. Because he act like that means he's not. Right. Now, so who's the one trying to tell us that this is wrong? Then they go and say, okay, the expectation that real men are strong and that showing emotion is incompatible with being strong. Anger is either framed as the exception to the rule or as not an emotion. Yeah, whatever. And then this one goes, relatedly, the idea that a real man cannot be a victim of abuse or that talking about it is shameful. So who is that for, Smoke? You see what I'm saying? We're talking about people who we're talking about gay guys. We're talking about niggas who fell short in that system. You know what I'm saying? In the jail system and shit like that. So, you know what I'm saying? It's Terry Crews and all kind of shit like that, where when the man look at it and be like, damn, yo, you let dude touch you on your ass like that, man, you ain't saying nothing to him, then they try to make you now wrong. Like, what we supposed to do? Hug him? You know what I'm saying? Like, no. Still sharp and still. Still sharp and still. It's check the motherfucking balance.
If you want to exist in that type of environment, then you have to scale back basically scale back your morals. So when you have situations like that, where normally you would let it be known that, you're not with that or whatever the case may be, you might as long as he don't do this, then I'm cool. Right. And now you scaling back, you scaling back yourself. So, and then it is like, as a man, like when you're teaching a man, it's like, a man ain't gonna bend but so far. But the thing is that once you scale back, son, if you got a son and he looking at that, then that's the limit he's gonna go to. With your weakest point, that's where he's gonna grow to. And then he got this. If he's dealing with the same toxic masculinity, then he got to scale it back. And when his son see it, now he at a lower level that he's gonna grow to, as far as what he deal with and how, how he exhibit, male traits. You know what I'm saying? So it's like next thing you know, it's like he's a little girl, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So it's like and you see it in the men. But when it comes to our community, these are things that we don't necessarily we don't need to attach ourselves onto. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, because the biggest complaint that you hear, well, I don't want to say the biggest, but the biggest complaint that you hear from women is about black men. How how we don't stand up for them, how we don't do this or that, and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So when you start attaching on to these type of ideals, you essentially creating these, that's basically going to be the outcome, is weaker men. You know what I'm saying? So it's not to blame it on women totally, but it's like things like this. Like one thing I always say in like previous shows was like, we participate in our downfall. So it'll be things that we want to attach on to, but in the end it's gonna kill us. It's gonna kill us. We already have the issues of black men and black women, our interaction. We don't do business together. Our relationships is ill. And then when you start introducing more shit like that, it's just more things to separate us. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like more of a reason for a woman to be like, yeah, I'm away from these dudes. I don't want none of that. So what happens is she don't even gotta be a gay woman. She just might not have interaction with men like that. She might not have no kids. You know what I'm saying? That affects the community. That's the future. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's sad when you see our publications and like our women just like talking about it like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because a true masculine man is not toxic. Those two things don't go together. You know what I'm saying? It's like, these are men that basically wasn't up for it right. Their upbringing wasn't correct, and in our community we have to go in and diagnose that. The father not there. What lessons the mother's teaching, or if both parents is there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like those are the things that we have to look in the mirror as a community. We got to keep it real with ourselves. We can't attach on to these terms, and we take it to heart. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't start saying that shit. They on it. Yeah, they diagnosing you off of that. That's in their movies, their books, all of that shit.
We out Pope the Pope. We out Christian the Christians. Yeah. We out homo the gays. We out feminist the feminists. Yeah, we fucking up, man. And it's all because we're part of their economy. So we got to do what they do. So when they come down and say, hey, guys, we got a whole new thing we do, man, and then sign up if you want to be a part of it, and motherfuckers be like, well, what is this, huh? Oh, toxic masculinity, what is this? Sign me up for this. Oh, this is for women? Okay. Yeah, and that's what happens. And they just start promoting stupid shit. And then they don't even realize you're really pushing a white woman's agenda. This is white woman that's like, oh, I don't like that this white boy, he raped another girl and nothing happened to him. I'm sick of this. And then go, hey, LaQuisha, come join my group. We need the numbers. And then we come out there and it's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Let's fight against this, fight against that. And then, tell this in your community too. And then we sit over here like, yo, what the fuck is all this about? When we do that? I ain't get to do that.
It also shows you the power of like the media, like once they introduce something. Once they introduce mainstream, you start seeing them in article titles, CNN titles, and all the news. Then we jump on it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like something like Wilden, the word Wilden. And we know the history on that. That was introduced on the Daily, I think it was the Daily News cover. And they put, I forget what the story was, but they put Wilden.
It was
Wild Out. Or one
it was the Central Park.
It was Wilden.
It was Wilden.
Central Park 5.
It was the Central Park 5, yeah. It was Wilden, No G, and on the news, They even had a wilding expert to explain what it was. They created that.
That was not a term. That was not a term.
That wasn't even a term. We didn't create that.
And you heard that after.
We didn't create gangster rap. That came from the media. We didn't do the East Coast, West Coast. That came from the media. We didn't do Crip. That came from the media. That's when it gets to the whole Crip history, and the shit was Crip. But they said the newspaper put Crip. And then they go to, and that's the whole story. You know what I'm saying? And you'll see a whole lot of that. So a lot of times, we're not even the ones that's creating the shit. They is.
Right.
Nigga.
We attach on to it.
We took the thing out of nigga, Jim Jones. Yeah.
Right.
But
right.
Jim Jones did that shit. Now, so they got men are just like that. The expectation that real men are keenly interested in sex, want to have sex, and are ready to have sex most, if not all, the time. So that's a problem now for men want to have sex. And that's some real shit. It's like who is this lonely ass broad that's in the goddamn corner writing down her miseries and her issues? You know what I'm saying? So then they got the idea that real men should be prepared to be violent, right? Which I don't see nothing wrong, right? If a man want to be is prepared to be violent, and then here they go, even when it's not called for. So now that means you don't attack both sides of the argument.
You know,
you attacked it from preparing to be violent, and they're gonna say even when it's not called for.
But
so that's
point. But going back to the point earlier, black woman is complaining about black men not protecting them. And when you see the situations of them not being protected, you're not talking financial. We're talking physical. They getting beat up by Chinamen. They getting their ass choked out in Waffle House by police. We talking about physical, which another word for that, if you don't know, that's violence. Going up somebody's head, choking somebody off with your woman, that's violence. Whether it's good or bad, that's all violence. So to take that expectation away from the man, compounding the situation that we already have in the community. So a man who want to be with a woman who really have these beliefs, you got to be a bitch ass nigga. So why do you think all these niggas around being a bitch ass nigga?
He can't be a bitch ass nigga. You're displaying toxic masculinity now.
Guilty.
Bitch ass niggas can be men too. Fuck out of here, man.
But it's basically, but that's basically what it is. You have to scale yourself back in order to, the basic traits of what's said to be a man at its basic core. You know what I mean? You got to be strong. Violence and strong and strength, that all kind of coincides with each other. It's like, what you gonna be? Terry Crews, big guy who's gonna let someone grab one. That's what it is. So all of that kind of results in each other. So again, it's about how we viewing it. We can't just grab onto these things because it sounds good.
This is what I told my son, 5 years old. I be having him in the house and shit, doing push-ups, squats, jumping jacks, boxing, and all that bullshit, right? I tell him, I said, if anybody pushing on you or whatever in school or whatever like that. So he's like, nah, if you push, then you just tell the teacher because you don't want to get in trouble for bullying and all kind of shit like that. I said, I get that. You know what I'm saying? I said, but let's say these teachers not around. If somebody pushing on you, what you going to do? You know what I'm saying? He's like, well, I'm pretty sure another teacher will be there. So they start naming other teachers. I said, but what if you was outside in the street? You know what I'm saying? Then what are you going to do? And he was like, I hit him back. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, that's the whole purpose of me teaching you and getting you working out and stuff like that and building yourself up, because it's not so you can be out here fighting, but it's so you're able to defend yourself when you're outside in these streets. So why would you be teaching your son any of this list I just read? They have him out here like some little fucking fairy and shit like that, talking about that's a man. Get the fuck out of here.
You know what he's gonna be?
Wait, hold on, wait. Let me run down this list there.
A product of bullying.
Well, let's get into that then. He gonna be a product of bullying, but the sad part about it, you put it on yourself. You put it on yourself. I remember when I was a kid, this kid used to always cry, snot nose cry, every time he untie his shoe, because he didn't know how to tie his shoe. Nowadays, they would call that bullying. To me, I'm like, that should be called inspiration. You know what I'm saying? Take your ass home and learn how to tie your goddamn shoe. You know, or get some shoes that's Velcro on the side. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I mean. I don't mean like somebody jacking. You just your kid coming home like, I can't go to school because of this. And it's like, yo, it's a simple solution to that. It's a simple solution to that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and that's what I mean. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and like on a serious note, it's like you really seeing like kids ending their life and shit because of like bullying and things like that. Yeah. And then you see the example of it, and it's not to like, you know, like mock or try not to understand it. But it's like you see the reasonings, and it's like, man, somebody could, you know, could have talked to that kid, you know what I'm saying? Or they should have known, you know, like, it's just like, a lot of times we teach our kids these weaknesses.
Well, I'm scheduling a meeting with the family. If I'm coming home and I'm like, what's wrong with you? Because I talk to my son every day about the school shit throughout the day. You know, in case he forget anything. You know what I'm saying? In case he forget some shit. But I'm like, I'm always talking to him about the school shit. If he's sitting around over here and he like, yo, there's somebody picking on me and shit like that, and I'm going to tell him, all right, well, you know what? Go talk to the teacher. If the teacher don't say nothing, yo, handle your business. You know what I'm saying? And if he comes back and be like, yo, Dad, I try to handle my business, you whoop my ass, then I'm be like, yo, we're going to have to come up there and have a conversation with these parents. You know what I'm saying? Be like, yo, goddamn time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. I'm not going to just, you know what I'm saying? So I never understand that shit. You know what I'm saying?
My son went through that. My son went through that same shit. He came home, he limping one day. I'm like, what's wrong with you? But I thought he'd be running a lot. So I thought he might have, you know, pulled a little muscle or ran something. But after like 2 days, I'm like, like, you can't be hurting or whatever. But like, it was like a Thursday or whatever. So like that Friday, he went to my mom's house. So my pops called me later on. I'm like, damn, what he want? You know what I'm saying? He like, yo, Josiah said the boy jumped on his leg. I'm like, he ain't tell me that. I asked him that like 3 times. He told me something else, you know what I mean? But I wasn't stressing about it. So when he came back home, so I'm like, you know what I'm saying? My pop's like, oh, we gonna go up to the school, and I'm like, you ain't gotta do all that. Like, we talk. That's you going down the line, you know what I'm saying? I went and told him, he told me what happened, whatever. I was like, yo, listen. Sometimes you just gotta box somebody off. You know, forget. You like, I'm gonna get into. Don't worry about getting in trouble. I'll eat it for you. I'm like, listen. You got the process. You tell the teacher first. I understand you ain't no bad guy. You don't want to just hit somebody. Cool. You tell the teacher first. If the teacher don't do nothing, or you continue on, you can get on their warning. Listen, leave me alone. You give them warning first. You know what I'm saying? After teacher conference, you're going to talk to the teacher, and it's happening again. Hey, sometimes you got to let one loose. Long story short, the kid was fucking with him. He let a couple loose on the boy. He like, the boy don't even mess with him no more. So I'm trying to tell him, like, he like, oh, he don't even talk to me no more. So I'm trying to tell him. So I'm like, his purpose of even talking to you was to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want people. Sometimes you gotta defend yourself. It ain't about beating somebody up.
And that's what I feel like they're trying to take away.
Right.
I think that's what they're trying to take away, our ability to defend ourselves.
Yeah, because what happens is when you see that, you know that if I get associated with this, then really I'm untouchable. Like, you know, women ain't gonna really. A lot of women deal with it. They taking on these terms and these feelings towards black men. So it's like you try not to be like that. So basically, as a man, it's like, all right, you're not even going to touch all of that because you don't want to be seen as that. That's what ends up happening. When people see it, it's like, yeah, they saying that about telling, like, hard. I don't want to be looked at it like that. So I'm gonna lay back on what I tell my son about fighting and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like little small things, but it affect the kid. You know what I'm saying? Or it affects the man himself. You know what I'm saying? But that's basically what happened because it's a slow process. You know, we reject it. The next generation, they accept part of it. They start weakening, and it just keep happening like that. But it's funny that these toxic masculinity is out. You go through all of these lists of things, but then you look at the complaints about black women who, if they wasn't complaining about it, we wouldn't be talking about it. You know what I'm saying? You know, the complaints about it, but that black men don't protect them. But then you look at this, it's like, you believe in this ideology, that's part of, you pretty much accepting, not having a black man as a protector.
To me, the whole shit is just, they're trying to redefine what it is being a man. So then it goes, a real man, like I said, the idea that of a real man should be prepared to be violent even when it's not called for. For example, a common response to women's tales of experiencing street harassment for a man who listening to say, if I was there, I would have punched the harasser. A common response to women's tales of experiencing street harassment. Like, oh boy. It's for a man who's listening to say, if I was there, I would have punched. That's meaning he is fucking defending her, but somehow that's a problem. Oh, yeah, she said this is problematic. Why would it be problematic if a man defends his woman? Discuss at length in the blog entry, Male Protagonist Bingo, a study in cliches. Yeah, whatever.
But pause right there, okay? Another example. It was maybe about 2 years ago, whatever, where they had the video of the woman walking through the street.
The white shirt woman. Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So, again, our women attach onto that catcalling, as it being a problem and shit. So when the example that you get that she gave, or whoever wrote that article gave, the source you read, they gave the article of a harasser. So a man saying, okay, I want to defend you from the harasser, which means we'll stop that harassment, if men are doing that. That's a problem. But then you have the complaint about it. You have the complaint on the opposite because men ain't defending you, and you have the harasser. Men are harassing, and they don't overstepping their boundaries when talking to women and shit like that. If men are doing that, then you want to display strength and courage, and prone to violence in situations that need to. You would want to have, that ingrained in our men. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
it's weak shit. At the end of the day,
it's weakening a feminization of the black man. Pretty much, it's like, one of the missiles that's being used.
So the next one is, though not reinforced much in fictional media, in real life, it is widely expected that a man. Though not reinforced much in fictional media. I don't even understand why would that be put up there. You talking about movies? Or so the other shit was just some shit that you always see in fucking TV? In real life, it is widely expected that a man would abandon his pregnant girlfriend, being incapable and or unwilling to take responsibility, feeling little to no attachment to an unborn child, and expecting pregnancy and motherhood to not only change, but ruin the girlfriend in the relationship. The myth that men are not interested in parenting and are inherently unsuited to be single parents, discouraging men from becoming involved in the lives of their children, encourages household inequality, which hurts all involved, assume that in cases of divorce, children will go with their mothers instead of examining each situation individually. The funny thing about this one, Smoke, women created that bullshit. So why is that under toxic masculinity when it's women that always be on the shit of, I'm taking the children with me? when divorce comes, the kid is coming with me. You know what I'm saying? That's their shit. The kids are coming with me. That's not no man saying that. That's the woman saying that. So how the hell is that type of masculinity?
Really the court. The court's normally gonna give that shit to the woman point blank that she ain't shit. So what that got to do with
fighting for custody and got custody of their children? They're talking about assume that the children will go with their mothers instead of examining each situation individually. Like you said, that's the court.
But then the person write the myth that men wouldn't blah blah blah.
Yeah, they said the myth that men are not interested in parenting or inherently unsuited to be single parents. Yeah, and I'm like, but that's a woman that created that myth. Yeah, that's a woman created that myth. Okay, Dan should have standing on it. So I'm like, shit, that's like seeing men fighting for custody of their children, and you know what I'm saying, and the kids leaving, going with the mother, men fighting for child support and shit now. So what the fuck are we talking about? Emasculation, the idea that there is a range of feminine interests and activities a real man will not hold, and that disproves a man's masculinity regardless of his other actions. Interest in one's personal looks, cosmetics, dressing up, fashion, being emotional, expressing emotion, crying, appreciating frivolous things such as sugary, girly drinks, romantic styles, cute animal videos, rom-com flicks. What the fuck? Huh? Oh, look, I'm stupid. I just figured it out. I'm like, what the fuck is rom-com flick? Is this some damn white people shit? But I'm thinking that means romantic comedy. Understanding women, being sympathetic, being silly and giddy, needing help, not knowing, and so on. So basically, they want a gay man. You know what I'm saying? Basically, they want a fucking gay man. You know what I'm saying? And but the point, so that's the toxic masculinity. Have an understanding of what toxic masculinity is, right? Now let's get into the story of the white girl that got killed in was it Iowa? You got that story, Smoke?
I had it on my phone. Yes, Molly Tibbetts.
Yeah.
This was it was in Brooklyn, Iowa. Brooklyn. All right, so this is from Yahoo. So the story of Molly Tibbetts. The month-long search for Molly Tibbetts came to a tragic end this week when investigators located the 20-year-old's body in a cornfield near her hometown in Brooklyn, Iowa. Tibbetts, who was set to start her sophomore year at the University of Iowa this week, was dog-sitting for her boyfriend at the time of her disappearance and was last seen jogging on the evening of July 18th. Investigators say they solved the case through security footage of Tibbetts running, leading them to the owner of a Chevy Malibu, Christian Bahena Rivera. During the interrogation, police said the 24-year-old farm worker confessed to following Tibbetts, saying he was inexplicably drawn to her, and that after he exited his car to run alongside her, Tibbetts threatened to call the police, which made him angry. After that, investigators say Rivera told them that he blacked out and woke up later to find her dead in his car. Since the Mexico native is an undocumented immigrant, conversations in the wake of his arrest have inevitably turned political. But as Tibbetts' cousin is speaking out against the politicization of her death, others are taking to social media to make another point that, regardless of Rivera's legal status, if what police say he told them is accurate, the killing is a grave example of toxic masculinity. And they go on to say, No, go ahead.
I'm about to say the writer of that. Wait, you have more to say about it, real quick, before I get into the writer?
Well, it was just gonna go on to say, tolerance.org defines toxic masculinity as a narrow and repressive description of manhood, designating manhood as defined by violence, sex status, and aggression. It is the cultural ideal of manliness where strength is everything while emotions are weakness. While it is impossible to know for sure if toxic masculinity prompted Tibbetts' death, the notion that her alleged killer was set off by rejecting his advances certainly fits the bill. And it gives some.
Now, see, what I don't like about that shit again is back in the day they used to just say, "Yo, that nigga was a psychopath" or some shit like that. Now we're gonna attack masculinity. It's weird. So I checked. So the writer of that is a chick named Abby Haglag or some shit, Haglage, right? So me, I like to see who the person is. When you pushing agendas, I be want to read up on what it's about. You know what I'm saying? So to find out that she is a sexual assault victim from New York, and she got raped in New York. And it was like a whole story of how the rape kit was destroyed, and you know what I'm saying. And basically, she fought against that because it was like, yo, she can't even get justice for her. She can't get justice for herself. She can't, you know what I'm saying, get nobody arrested for her rape. Wow. So, in my opinion, she a broken woman. Now you got Simone Sanders. I call her Queen Fade. For sure, she's got that fucking fade and shit. So she out here and she goes, Molly Tibbetts was murdered because she told a man to leave her alone while she was jogging. Her murderer happens to be undocumented. This isn't about border security. This is about toxic masculinity. Molly Tibbetts lost her life because a man couldn't take her saying no. I'm like, what? So then she goes, her murderer actually might not even be undocumented. Regardless, it is problematic for people to categorize, listen to this, Smoke. Regardless, it is problematic for people to characterize an entire community based off of the actions of one person. The majority of mass shootings in America are carried out by white men, so are we going to round them all up? Let me read that again. Regardless, it is problematic for people to categorize an entire community based off of actions of one person, but it's no problem to scream toxic masculinity based off of the actions of one person. This dude just can't be a psychopath. This dude just can't be a rapist. This dude just can't be a murderer. You have to scream toxic masculinity. What was that?
But I mean, like a lot of the examples, it wasn't really. They didn't really angle it towards those type of people. The criminals, like that really is a toxic masculinity.
No. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. You talking about what I read?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Because you gotta understand.
No, I mean like in the descriptions and shit. Like even though like they like.
No, that's what I'm saying. They did. It's the whole shit is the man is always wanting to have sex whenever, wherever. Then match that with violence. You see what I'm saying? So then that's what they're using that as. She said no, and he, you know what I'm saying, because of the sexual aggression of men and the violence, and he's not a rapist anymore. He's now it's a toxic masculinity. It's like, come on, get the fuck out of here. So that's what they're using.
They're using that as the example, as the push that shit is the violence and shit.
Yeah.
But it's like when you go inside the fucking like the umbrella of what toxic masculinity is, you could put that over any type of man. You know what I'm saying? So if you like sex a lot, that's toxic masculinity. You know what I mean? If you are very outspoken, that's toxic masculinity. So pretty much anything in your personality that's not likable by a woman, you could be labeled as toxic.
So they go, Miss Sanders asks, how many more women have to die before people start taking the issue of toxic masculinity seriously? Like, they really pushing, like, this is so blatant, it's not even funny. So then it goes, that logic is asinine, archaic, and flawed. I'd love if we could have a real conversation about how women's lives are literally in danger because some men do not know how to check their egos. How many more women have to die before we can address this? Lest we continue to defile the life of Molly Tibbetts, or hashtag Molly Tibbetts, with racist garbage from some folks think is politically expedient that does nothing to address the root cause of the issue. Just stop. She also asks her female followers how many of them have been treated aggressively after turning down a man's advances. Ladies, raise your hand if you've ever had a man get aggressive with you after declining his advance or catcall. So she put her hand up. Conservatives didn't take kindly of Miss Sanders' hypothesis, accusing the TV commentator of politicizing Miss Tibbetts' death. Fox News commentator Tommy Lauren asked if she was high. Are you currently high? Encouraging men to act more like women won't stop illegal immigrants, or anyone else for that matter, from murdering. Try me if you, that's what Tommy Lauren said. So this was Simone Sanders said. Try me if you want to, Tommy. You already know I'm not here for your intellectual, dishonest bullshit. Right. And then she go, illegal immigration isn't a race. Yes, it is. It's an activity. Believing in strong, this is Tommy Lauren, believing in strong and enforced borders and immigration law does not equal racism, bigotry, or intolerance. It's about the safety, sovereignty, blah, 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 blah. So it's funny that this Simone Sanders went on this long tirade, constantly trying to promote this weak-ass toxic masculinity bullshit. And it's so funny because the reason why, this is what do you watch American Horror Story?
No.
I was watching the American Horror Story, what's the name of it? The Cult, right? So, it's a lesbian couple is the main characters, right? So, they got one man, lesbian, and one woman. One man, lesbian, and one woman. So, and I always find out funny about the gay community because they talk all that shit about, no, I'm born this way and all kind of shit like that, but their whole gay shit is predicated upon the structure of heterosexuality. You know what I'm saying? Like, they need a man and a woman, and we want to adopt children so we can be a family. And so you want to fit the role of heterosexuals just as some other shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if that's how you live and that's how you're trying to be, then create your own fucking culture. You want to be part of, that's a whole nother story. So
it's funny when you mention Simone Sanders is like, she's strong Democrat, so it would be her on there. Because really the issue of the killing, outside of the killing, would be his legal status. You know what I'm saying, in the country. Yeah. So it's like, why is he even here? That's gonna be the argument, you know what I'm saying? So to try to tie that into something, to try to tie that into toxic masculinity to bring it to something else, because the beginning of the article, they were saying that they didn't like the her the whole case being political. They didn't like that. They wanted it to be about something else other than the killing. You know what I'm saying? The killing itself. You know what I mean? A madman goes and gets his girl.
But she also separated it. She made a point to separate toxic masculinity from the fact that he was illegal. So that's why she said
exactly.
it's not clear to So how you gonna say it's not fair to typecast a whole group of people while typecasting a whole fucking group of people? It's just retarded. So I'm looking at the American Horror Story shit, and they got the gay woman who's supposed to be the man, you know what I'm saying? So it's like some clowns or some shit with terrorizing the house or whatever. So she's like, well, you know, there's somebody upstairs. So they got the gay woman that's supposed to be a woman behind the gay woman that's supposed to be a man. So they walking up the stairs and shit, and she got her arm, you know what I'm saying, like protecting the woman behind her. She got a knife in the other hand and all kind of shit like that. And when I'm seeing this shit, I said, that's what this toxic masculinity shit is about. They're trying to redefine masculinity so these gay women who want to be men and these effeminized men and shit like that, they can now be what it is to be a man. Because as long as you can't destroy, because see, they already destroyed that for the black woman. I mean, for the woman, but in particularly for the black woman. You know what I'm saying? They destroyed that with the black woman. I hear black women say they feel like a gay man trapped in a woman's body. I heard Tamar Braxton say that, and I was like, a black woman saying she feel like a gay man trapped in a woman's body. What the fuck do that even mean? You know what I'm saying? So it's like
you see the
they're already destroyed.
You see the outcome. You see how the verbiage, you know what I'm saying, the slang that women use, the way they makeup is, you know what I'm saying, that's you know, gay man culture.
And see, and if the black woman was strong, she wouldn't tolerate that. She wouldn't accept that shit. That wouldn't be her gay best friend or whatever little terms they have and shit. She'll be like, yo, get the fuck out. Yo, get away from me, yo. How dare you, as a black man, stand before me dressed as a fucking woman? Yo, get out of my face, yo. That's disgusting, yo. You see? No, they accepted that shit. You see what I'm saying? So now it's time for the man. So when we standing over here, we like, nah, yo, I don't know. I could get married and all that shit. Okay, all right, cool, yeah. I mean, I want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, we allowing a lot of shit, but we still thinking we can allow a lot of shit and still be men because that don't affect us. Now these motherfuckers sitting around here talking about toxic masculinity, and y'all need to redefine what it is to be a man. And it's like, whoa, what the fuck is really going on? So, with that shit being said, I seen that with the American Horror Story when she was doing that shit, and I said that's the only way for them to really can live, because they're getting pushback from us. You see what I'm saying? So the only way for them to live, now they're coming out with these terms, because you got to understand, toxic masculinity don't affect me. Toxic masculinity not going to affect you. Toxic masculinity is going to affect our boys when they're growing up. You see what I'm saying? So that's why we got to pay attention to our children, because they're going to be pumping that bullshit to our sons. They're already telling them, you know what I'm saying, all right, you don't want to be a bully. If you hit back and you do this, they're already, you know what I'm saying, trying to do that. That's why I got my son in public school. Fuck out of here, you know what I'm saying? And when they're in the house and shit like that, when you're doing your push-ups, you know what I'm saying, you boxing it out, all that shit. Y'all not losing your aggression. Fuck out of here. Because you're going to need that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's your balls. Fuck out of here. You're going to have to defend yourself. Fuck out of here. You're going to know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's who that toxic masculinity shit, who they're attacking. They're attacking our boys. So then when these boys coming up looking like fucking Young Thug and shit like that, now our daughters got to accept that shit now. Then we're going to be sitting over here as grandparents like, damn, what the fuck happened to the boys? Look at them. Damn, why are these boys fighting these girls? Everybody thinking they the same shit now. Why these girls over here? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what the fuck going on? And everybody's going to forget where it started. You know what I'm saying? So that's that shit, you know what I mean? So, you know, death to that fucking weak-ass ideology. And Because again, before I even close that shit out, because you know me, I still believe in the concept of the black woman being God. You know what I'm saying? I do believe in the concept that the black woman is supposed to be dealing with politics and governance of the nation. You know what I'm saying? The black man, we're supposed to be protecting and creating industry. You know what I'm saying? That's supposed to be us. We're supposed to be the one competing. We're supposed to be the ones that when the woman negotiating, if you disrespect, I'm chopping your head off. You know what I'm saying? We're the muscle for her. We got shit backwards now. You see what I'm saying? We got shit backwards. And so, you know what I'm saying? So just to let that shit be known. But this toxic masculinity shit, that's some bullshit. Fuck out of here. That black woman, you need a black man to walk past. Hear you arguing with some Chinese boy, and he stand right there. Put your hands on him or fuck you up. I don't even care what happened. You're not disrespecting no black woman in my neighborhood. You know what would happen if a black man do that? The black woman turn around and tell the black man, get the fuck away from here. That's what happened. I seen that shit on the bus, on YouTube and shit. Damn, white boy calling his black woman all kind of niggas and all kind of shit. Black man jumped up, stuffing his white boy out. Black woman like, no, leave him alone. Like, God damn, black woman, shit. God damn. I'm standing up for you. You over here trying to fucking weaken me. So that's what that is. Yeah, that's somebody convincing you to get rid of your home security system. And when y'all all do, you about to run up in your shit. Because as the black woman moved away from as the black woman moved away from the black man, and as the black woman starts screaming all that, I don't need a man and all that shit, all loud and proud and shit like that, I guarantee you watch the increase of black women being disrespected by other races of people and being assaulted by other races of people. Why? Because you decided to put the armor down. You running around here butt-ass naked and got every other nation out here kicking your ass. And then you look at the black man like, well, why you ain't protecting me? Because you said you ain't want us. You said you ain't need us. You said you got something for our asses. And then when everybody turn their back on you, you still go back to them. I heard Chile out here promoting black women need to be looking outside their race. I heard Chile promoting that. You already know that. The Issa chick promoting that shit with the Chinese and shit. What the fuck is wrong with y'all black women? Y'all running to the niggas. So what? That's not toxic masculinity? When these Chinese kicking your ass, that's not toxic masculinity? Come on, get the fuck out of here.
Because, and I don't know if I said it this explicitly, because this what they apply this to us only. This is what when black women brothers, this is what they apply to us. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it further when they grasp onto that concept, there's gonna be repercussions in the community. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much.
Every day, all day and every day. But now we got what, 9 more minutes? 8 more minutes into the show, so let me get into the battle. Rasta B versus Capital One. Ding, ding, ding. So you already know. You know, Capital One, they took me to court. So the first time I went, I gave them 90 days basically to try to jam me up. So it was 90 days for identity fraud investigation. So after the 90 days, after the 90 days and stuff like that, they ended up sending me a response saying that they did an investigation, sent me some more paperwork, and gave me a new court date. So when I go to court now, I go to court, and I'm like, well, I noticed that the paperwork that they gave me was the same damn paperwork that they gave me the first time. So when I go to court, I don't see the same lawyer. Prosecutor with the first one was a Chinese guy, and this one was some Jew guy. So now I'm like, damn, that's interesting. Because if I knew they were gonna have a different person, I could have handled that shit the first time. But like I said, I knew I had to walk through this fire so I could teach the process that I went through, share that process. So I go over there, they call my name the first time, so then the dude goes, well, basically what you want to do. I'm like, yo, I'm taking this shit to trial. You know what I'm saying? I ain't paying for shit. Because that's what he wanted me to do, is pay. He was like, what you want to do? I was like, I'm taking this shit to trial. I want this shit dismissed. So, he dismissed me, basically. Ain't nothing else for us to talk about. So, I go and I'm sitting there in the shit, I'm waiting, and I'm listening to it's like basically woman after woman after woman, right? Oh, yeah, I know. The car got repoed, but we didn't drive it. We're just sitting out there. And you see, I lost my job, and because I got this condition, SSI, and my husband don't work, he's sick, and all kind of shit. And the judge is listening and like, yo, I don't hear you denying that you owe. Well, no, I don't. Okay, well, judgment to the prosecutor. So she crying and shit like that. Not loud, but like tears is coming out her eyes or whatever. So then she's like, but I ain't got the money to pay, you know what I'm saying? So then it was like, well, they can't take what you don't have, you know what I'm saying, and go through that process. The next person, she sits down. Yeah, and this was another car situation. Repoed the car and all kind of stuff, and I got this condition, and it prevents me from driving and working and all that other shit. The judge said the same shit. But you're not saying that you don't owe this. You know what I'm saying? So then that was that case, right? I can't remember what that, I'm pretty sure that, the judgment went to the prosecutor and all that shit. So, but I can't remember if they agreed on the payment or some shit like that. She gets up, she leaves. Then it was an African woman, so she's like, yeah, my convenience store, and it burned down, and you know what I'm saying? So, again, she made a settlement. Okay, so a payment plan of what they're going to pay. All right, cool. I'm the last person, so I sit down there. So they go, so the prosecutor goes, they tell me, put your right hand up, all that shit like that. The prosecutor goes, it's now time to do the trial. The prosecutor goes, Your Honor, Rasta B got this Capital One credit card. It was mailed to his house. He used it. He did not make payments on it as agreed on the contract. And, that's why we're here. So then the judge turned around, he looks at me, he says, so what do you have to say about that, Rasta V? So I said, well, first of all, I would like to say that I did not receive a credit card and I did not use a credit card. That's the first thing I said, right? So I said, and second, so I went through a whole process. I said, when I was served, you know what I'm saying? I said, I was shocked and surprised. I've never been served before. I said, and they showed me the thing. So when I wrote the response, I said, my response was, yes, this is my name. Yes, this is my address. No to the debt. I said, so then when they sent me this packet that came in with all of this, I noticed that it was only for 1 year. I said, so then when I was speaking to the first prosecutor, Peter Lee, right, I told him that and let him know, and that's when I end up I'm getting this response to go to court now. And I said, in this letter, it says an investigation was done, and it says that the credit card was opened in December of 2014 and closed March of 2017, but the paperwork that they gave me was only for 1 year, for 2017, so 16 to 17. I said, but I'm trying to figure out where is 2014. So then the lawyer goes, well, Your Honor, he gave a case study or case law, whatever the term is, and said, that law shows that, we don't have, there's no issue with us just giving you a year. You know what I'm saying? Giving you just a year worth of paper. So then they turn around and goes, what do you have to say about that, Rasta B? I said, I never said that they need to show me more statements. I said the letter that they sent me says they investigated and it showed 2014 to 2017. So I would like to see, where's the investigation? Why didn't they send me the investigation? I said the paperwork that they sent me was the same paperwork that they sent me from the beginning. So if this paperwork wasn't good enough in the beginning, why would it be good enough now? I said because the prosecutor, Peter Lee, and he said, objection, Your Honor. He's speaking on a third-party conversation, and the person not here, even though he works for the company, Cooling and Winters. He can't speak. I said, well, I can speak freely then. I can speak freely. The point that I'm making is, if the person, if you're saying the investigation started in 2014, then why don't you have the information from 2014? And I said, and then he said, well, there's a part in March, Your Honor, where it says payment was made. And I said, right, okay, but there's nothing showing that account belongs to me. So the judge going back, he's like, well, do you have any information showing that this belongs to him? No, I do not, Your Honor. Do you have the paperwork from 2014? So he goes, but the case study again, but he said, but he looked again, he said, so you don't have nothing from the beginning of this time, nothing? No, Your Honor. So he turns around, he's like, judgment to the defendant. The end. And the reason why...
Yeah, the burden of proof is on them.
It's on them. And this is the real reason why, because here go, I leave my girl, she calls her mom, she tells the mom, oh, praise God, praise Jesus. And I'm like, no, that's me. I did this. There was no God involved. There was no Jesus involved. I guarantee you God and Jesus was with all of them women in the beginning who was crying to the judge, claiming their debt. You know what I'm saying? Me, this is what made me confident about that whole situation. Because I was nervous in the beginning. But when I got that letter from a lawyer saying that they would represent me or whatever like that for $700, and it was like for $700, and it was like and these are some of the debtors that we beat, and one of them it said Cooling and Winter on there. I was like, well, shit, if these niggas beat them, look, like I'm a lawyer, right? If these niggas beat them, I said, shit, I could beat them, because to me it's a you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a roll of the dice. I'm gonna fucking give you $700 to talk. You know what I'm saying? And I can talk for my damn self. So I went on YouTube and I put, what is the common defense in going against Capital One? Capital One suing you. And I noticed that the number one thing was, it was like, yo, show me a history of the paperwork, and show me my original signatures. You know what I'm saying? So then when I understood that, I was like, oh, okay. So basically, you got to show me that something that I agreed to this. You can't just say I agreed to it. And I said, well, shit, well, I'm going to pay somebody $700 to say that. And that's where the confidence was to do that. And that's how it ended up being the case. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be scary when they're talking on that garnish and all kind of shit like that. But, yeah, I went up there for Dolly.
Well, I mean, it's just basically fight your case. You know what I'm saying? You see often when we have situations like that, we won't even battle them. It's like, this girl I used to work with a few years back or whatever, she got fired on some, like, they accused her of stealing time from her on time sheet or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that shit was like some oversight type shit, you know what I'm saying? So I'm telling her, like, yo, you gotta go to because you can prove that this is not you know what I'm saying, that you wasn't stealing time. Like, she was going to the doctor and you know what I'm saying, some shit like that. She put an hour over. But I'm like, you ain't feeling no time, you know what I'm saying? And then you show when you try to get her to, like, she brought the awareness to the supervisor, like, yo, I think I put the time in wrong. You should go change this shit, where she ignores that shit to, you know what I'm saying, the point like, oh, this is what you did. Like, she ignored it to let it go through processing where it's already processed, then she try to say she did it. I'm like, yo, you could prove all of that. You don't want to take that shit. I don't know if she did or not, you know what I'm saying? I haven't talked to her. But I was like, you know what I'm saying? It was the same thing when, you know, I lost my job, you know what I mean? They fired me over, they try to say that I used more hours, because during the time I had FMLA. I used to be getting headaches, you know what I'm saying? So I had got FMLA and finessed that joint on the job. And you have a certain amount of hours you can use during the year. They try to tell me that I used more than I was supposed to. I'm like, nah, there's a counter on the fucking website. You know, it changed every week. I used to watch that shit to make sure it changed. Where it's like I'm not, you know, behind or whatever. So I do some shit like how you say you got the confidence, where I knew like, all right, I got these marks. But this is like even before I got fired, I'm calling HR like, yo, my supervisor saying I used more hours, but on the website it says I didn't. So I'm just trying to call and make sure, you know, everything is in order. They telling me, yeah, nah, your number's in order. I called them later on, maybe like a week or two later. This person must be like, either they just was like, fuck it, or they just, you know how sometimes, you know, people break procedures. They might not even know they're breaking it. But she started reading me the notes on the count. So people that was, like, anytime somebody called with interaction up there, you know, they got it notated on the account, whatever they talking about. And so whoever they was talking to, my supervisor was talking to, they was notating it. She called up there to dispute the shit like 3 times. The first 2 times, they ruled in my favor. So, like, I'm thinking, like, the third time, they must be just like, fuck it. That's what you say to it, you know what I'm saying? Or some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Long story short, they just walked me up out of there, you know what I'm saying? Give me the walking papers. I'm like, shit, I'm getting me a lawyer. I used to be saying that shit to everybody. And they're like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I won, you know what I'm saying? So it was really about, you know, going against the beast ain't really the beast. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, sometimes you might lose, but if you don't defend yourself, hey man, you guaranteed to lose. You guaranteed to come out on the losing end. And a lot of times these companies be in the wrong. They will allow 100%. Fraud on your name, and they'll fire you incorrectly, or they'll use racism against you, or whatever the case may be. Those are offenses that have been done to you in the United States court system. You get paid for that. So it's like when you have these situations, you don't fight. You don't just let them ride, because then they do whatever they want to do to you. You gotta fight them shit, man. You gotta stand up and go forward. And in the case of like even with your case, you know, I had a lawyer for my case, but I didn't pay for it. All of that was pro bono. So unless I got some paper, so a lot of these times these lawyers, they see opportunity, they may take your case pro bono. But even in your case, they offer to take your case for $700. You used your own manpower and went in there. Somebody would have been like, "Oh, you got to have a lawyer for that. That's going to cost more than what they saying I owe." So I might as well just. You went in there, you took a day off from work.
I feel like that's why they made me go last, because they ain't want the other people to hear me wash this guy up.
Really?
You know what I'm saying?
Knew it was, you had the best opportunity.
Yeah. Everybody else probably was like, all right, this person gonna settle, this person gonna settle, this person gonna settle. This person wanna fight, put him last. I don't wanna mix him in the middle, and then people hear how weak the real
my
the
2008 statement signing.
Look, you can like, Miss, what you have to say? Can I get the rest of my statement? I ain't getting my statement either,
You're like, hold on, Brooklyn B, before you my lawyer.
You my lawyer. Hold on there, man. I'll put some money in your pocket.
You already know.
Oh, yeah, man. So that's what it is, black people, man. That's what it is, man. And it's a recap. Stop being fucking mad at Trump. We not in a position, but we damn sure can learn. Look how their business structure is. Look how they easily destroy their economies and rebuild. We complain about gentrification, but we don't stack our dough to buy their factories and shit that falls apart. Smoke just told you that he have an EIN number in a business. You got a business, right, Smoke?
Yeah, starting it off,
Starting it off, right? Yeah. So you got an EIN number in the business. I just have a business. I don't got my EIN number. I'm going to do that shit tomorrow. But the point is, this is what me and this man have right now, and y'all going to hear it grow. And when y'all hear it grow, understand, you now have a blueprint in which to follow and say, I watched them brothers from the thinking part of it to now the part where they're out here talking about buying businesses, buying corporations. There's going to be a time we're not going to be on Facebook. Y'all going to be watching us. And you're going to be saying to yourself, I remember when them brothers was on what I said, Facebook? I meant Blog Talk Radio. I remember when them brothers was on Blog Talk Radio talking. Now they out here buying up fucking communities and businesses and shit. Now they on mainstream TV and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? The glorious part is you're gonna see the leveling up of ideas into realities, and no charge until it's time to give y'all something to pay for. You see what I'm saying? Until it's time to give y'all something to pay for. We're not going to be these people that's going to sit over here now and y'all go to our GoFundMe page and pay me for talking. Because what's the point of me creating anything if I know y'all going to pay me to talk? Hey, if I want more money, let me go sell y'all some T-shirts too. Nah. I'm going to show y'all the real. And I'm not even hating on the ones doing it like that. But what I'm saying is it got to be more. You know what I'm saying? It got to be more. And on that note, you got anything to say, Smoke?
Nah. Thanks for the support, yo.
Decent black.